lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting, excess, and drunkenness, and cares of this life, and so that that day come on you unawares. For as a snare shall it come upon all those that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape these things and to stand before the Son of Man. So watch and pray. And this watching, this looking, is going to affect the way we're living. It's a type of looking that, hey, if I'm looking for him to come, that I'm going to be living in a way that brings glory to him. I'm going to be living for him. And so this is Jesus, another big message he has here in Matthew 24 is be ready. Be ready. You don't know the hour of the day. Be ready. Hour you think not, the Son of Man comes. And so, looking and living. Living as though Jesus may come today. In Matthew 24:45, right in the same line, he says, "Who is that faithful and wise servant whom his Lord has made ruler over his household to give them their portion of meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he comes, shall find so doing. I say that he will make him ruler over all his goods." One way to be ready is to be faithful with what God's given you to do. Ruler over the household. Like a man that has a home, a house, and he has servants, and he puts this servant over, the yard, and he puts this servant over the maybe the children, and another over the wine cellar. Another one is over the finances, maybe. But each one has his responsibility. What has God given you to do? Some of the things he's given you to do are in the family realm. And you have responsibility toward certain people. Maybe to provide financially for them. Maybe to provide to take care of them. Mother taking care of her children. Maybe some of the responsibilities you have are in a spiritual realm of things you do at church. Maybe you teach a Sunday school class, or maybe you're the pastor, or maybe you're an evangelist or whatever. There could be different realms, but you have a job, and you have responsibility on that job. How can you be faithful for the Lord's coming? Sometimes we think, well, if I knew that Jesus was coming tomorrow, or if I knew Jesus was coming next week, well, I'd go do what Billy Graham does. I'd go run the Coliseum and pass out flyers and fill it up with people and have a big crusade. But, of course, you don't know when he's coming. And that unless he's called you to do that, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do what he's called you to do. And give those people what they need, meat to eat, when they need it, in due season. So, the lady in Proverbs 31, the virtuous woman, she rose while it was yet dark and prepared food for her family. You know, in farming communities, people often get up and go to work before the sun comes up. And they're out milking the cows and stuff before the sun comes up. And they feed a big breakfast. So they can go out and work for 6 or 7 hours before lunch, you know. Well, if Mom got up at 9 in the morning, she could fix a great breakfast, but it wouldn't be in the right time. So that wouldn't be faithful. So give the household meat to eat in due season. Give them what they need when they need it. And that's the way we're faithful. And it says, blessed is that servant who his Lord, when he comes, will find so doing. You know, there was the 1 talent guy, the 2 talent guy, the 5 talent guy. You know, if God gave you 1 talent, he gave you 1 responsibility, he's not expecting you to do 5 responsibilities. If he gave you 2 responsibilities, he's not expecting you to do 5 responsibilities. But if he gave you 5, he's not expecting you to do 2. We had a preacher come, a stranger come to the meeting one time in Shreveport, Louisiana. And the pastor said, brother, do you have anything you'd like to share with us? He said, you want me to preach it, pray it, or prophesy it? And whatever. So he prophesied it. And we got to thinking about that later. He was a 3P man. He could preach, pray, or prophesy. And some people had musical ability. They could pluck. So we had some 4P guys in the church. Preach, pray, prophesy, or pluck. And so, but whatever God's given you, you be faithful with that. And, you know, so, let's see, the time has failed us. We've come to the end of the world. But I wanted to just read this one bit in Matthew 25. Verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit on the throne of his glory. This is the eternal judgment. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them from one another as a shepherd divides his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. And then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. And I was hungry, and you gave me meat, and I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came unto me. And then said the righteous, answer him and said, Lord, when did we see you hungry and fed you, or thirsty and gave you drink? And when saw we you a stranger and took you in, or naked and clothed you? Or when did we see you sick or in prison and came to you? And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as you have done it unto the least of these my brethren, you've done it unto me. And then shall he say unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you took me not in. Naked, and you clothed me not. Sick and in prison, and you visited me not. And then shall they answer and say, Lord, when saw we thee hungry and athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison?